There we go.
Oh,
We're now live. All right. So, hello. My name's Mandy Honeyman, and I'm a volunteer with the Peoples-uni, and I'm here with Susanna Matthew and Debs Thompson, and we're going to chat about how students are supported at the Peoples-uni. And we're going to do this as a chat, and I'm going to be asking them questions, and then hopefully they'll come out with lots of good stuff for you. So, both of you, how are students supported at the Peoples-uni?
okay. Well, new students that we have, we enroll them in a course, a 5-week course, where they are given, well, not given an online identity, but they have to make sure that they, upload a profile about themselves, upload a picture, and that gives them a starting so that they have a feeling like they belong to the course. And they start practicing how to take part in an online discussion, how to search the internet, how to reference. So some of the academic skills that they'll be using when they begin their Peoples-uni modules. And then when they enroll in their module, all students, not just the new students, have a student support officer that's attached to the module. So they work alongside the tutors, and their role is to offer that pastoral support, making sure that if they need any support with any of their any studying, time management, but also giving them feedback on things like whether they're using a critical approach in their discussion postings, whether they're using referencing correctly, whether they're referring to the course resources. So it's helping and guiding them, and it's a forum that's outside, it's separate from the tutor forums, so it's someone else that they can go to for support. So that's the main way that we support students with pastoral care.
That's great. I think it's really interesting because it's so important for students to have that security of being able to talk to someone who isn't responsible for their assessment in any way, so that they can build that other relationship. That's really great. So my next question is, how do students learn through online discussions?
For online students, the discussion forum is the main classroom. So that's where most of the learning happens. Of course, we have all the resources uploaded even before the discussion forum begins. So students are expected to read through and think about what issues are relevant for them. And really the conversations in the discussion forum, and that's where the role of the facilitator comes into being, because you're not really the expert just giving them information like they say on the stage, but you're really a guide to what they're writing, what they're observing, and how they're discussing with other students. So basically, the learning happens because they bring forth their ideas and build on each other and learn from each other. Of course, there is one thing we must remember, that not all students like to learn like this. There may be some who are just reading through the resources and just observing what discussion is going on. They are what we would call the lurker. So some people, especially if they're coming for not for an academic course, that they feel comfortable doing this, and therefore there are other ways of monitoring whether they are benefiting from the course, such as looking at their activity, even if they've not been part of the discussion forum. But of course, we would like to encourage them. Maybe you can do it through a personal email to contribute, just so that they don't feel too shy or that they don't know enough. So the discussion forums are the main place where they learn, and we all learn from each other.
I think that's absolutely great, and I think that's putting it really clearly as well for tutors who haven't had so much experience with working on students online, to do the two things and to keep thinking about that. And there's some other tools, I think, as well that we can use, and I think we show that in another screencast as well, so do go and check that out if you can. So what's the role of the facilitator? What's the role of the tutor?
Well, as Susanna was saying, it's about getting that around your head that you're not doing didactic teaching, but you are more guiding people to reflect on what they've learned and to help them build on that learning together, so that they appreciate the value that they can get from other people's comments and experiences and how that compares to their own. So just a few tips that's worth remembering is, when you start the discussion, it's helpful not to kind of overwhelm and send a one-page long question. We do give you sample discussion posts that you can use, and often people like to adapt those. That's fine, but it's worth bearing in mind that it's helpful to start with a short question and not an open question, and not overload people, and then build on that discussion and try and link it back to the resources. So you're reminding them, you know, what they've learned, and asking them, probing them to kind of reflect on that and how it relates to their own experience. The thing about the tutor role, again, is about feedback. So it's about you're not expected to at all to respond to every single post, because that sometimes can hinder the discussion between the students themselves. So it's more about posting regularly, but summarising and trying to pull together what different students have said, and asking further prompting questions, and trying to create that feeling so people feel comfortable online. So it's not about, you know, this is right, that's wrong, but oh, that's that's different from what someone else has put. So your role is very much to help facilitate rather than to critique, to tell someone they're right or wrong or they're incorrect. So yeah, respond regularly and try and create and encourage interaction between students. So there's some top tips from us.
I think that's great.
Anything else to add?
I think we go, because we like to keep these screencasts really short, and we're going to stop now, and then we're going to have a little chat and see if there's anything else that we want to do, and then there'll be another screencast if there is. We don't know yet whether there will be or not.
The last thing is to make sure that when you look at the Tutors Corner, there's a guide for online facilitators that contains a lot more detail that you can work through yourself in your own time about the theory behind online learning, and, you know, some more tips about how to be a good facilitator. Okay, happy hearing.
So thanks very much, Susanna, for joining us. Thanks, Deb, for joining us, and bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.